Okay.
Jurgen should take his lotion and go somewhere else.
Oh. Let's go back to the Broncos here.
Or as a baby food.
We talked about
both.
We've talked about
Jergens hand lotion.
That one I got.
Okay.
Gerber's.
It's Gerber's.
It's
baby.
Gerber's. Yeah. I thought I knew what you were talking about.
I haven't been a baby in 68 years, so all I know
I
is
might differ
I
with you
never
on
want to go back to.
Nothing.
I caught it.
Never mind.
I'm slow.
And things were going so well.
I want to tell everybody I'm slow, and I'm not very smart because I'm from Tennessee, and Tennessee, as we know, has only produced one smart person in his history, and he plays quarterback for the Broncos. And he went to Missouri, and you went to Arizona State and several other
and Illinois
universities. And I'm not very smart, but I do know that when I was even 6 months old, I wouldn't eat smushed up English peas. So that's
anything pureed. Anything pureed. All right, we were talking about Broncos running backs earlier. I want to throw this at you before we get into who they should maybe pick up.
Can we do this like a yes or no?
Sure.
Excuse me. Just you name off the running backs that
Sure. But I want to throw this at you first. So obviously a lot of people want Ronnie Hillman to get the majority of carries and be the starting running back because he's been the most effective. But has he really been all that effective?
One play?
Yeah, exactly. Do you realize that if you take away that 72-yard run, you know what he's averaging? I know. But Woody, he's run the ball a lot, okay?
You've upset the old guy.
He's had one run of more than 16 yards. He's averaging 3 yards a carry outside of that one carry. I get it. But it's not like Ronnie Hillman has been, anything stellar. He had one.
Yeah, but let's take Herschel Walker. Oh, he ran for 120 yards. One of them was for 80 yards. Oh, well, you got to take that one out. So I'm
talking about a whole season. I'm not talking about
I'm just saying.
One game.
You keep saying that. If you take away the 72-yard run, you can't take away the 72-yard run. He had the one play that we've been waiting on since he got drafted.
Right.
One great breakaway run. He had it. You can't. Why would you want to take it away from him?
Just to show that outside of that one run, he has not been effective. In 5 games, he has not been effective.
Bears
You're going to get him ranting
You're a
again.
Bears fan. You had Walter Payton, and you had 2 great running backs in Bears history.
Bronco Nagurski.
No. Walter Payton and Gale Sayers.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, if you take away those 6 touchdowns he had in that one game, he played a pretty lousy game, didn't he? He only had 28 yards on the other plays.
The reason I'm bringing up the running backs is let's talk about these guys that are out on the beach right now that don't have jobs, all right? And we'll do a yes or no. All right? Let's start with Pierre Thomas, who's getting a look by the Kansas City Chiefs, by the way. Would you want to pick him up?
Yes. He was a good third down back. He could catch it out of the backfield. Pierre Thomas had a really good run. He had a good season last year. Why is he out there? I haven't seen his name on any list at police stations or anything. He was never considered a bad guy. He had one holdout briefly for 1 year. My answer would be yes.
Isn't he kind of more of a banger than a breakaway threat?
And they got down to the goal line last week in Oakland, and they needed a banger, and C.J. Anderson couldn't be that guy. So I hear Pierre Thomas. But why is Capri Bibbs even on the practice squad if you're not going to at least give him one game over a man like Pierre Thomas?
And just so you know, I'm going to say no on all of these except one. So I'm a no on Pierre Thomas.
Okay.
Ahmad Bradshaw.
Chuck Pagano just said the other day he's a great running back. He did wonders for them last year. They brought him in, took a look at him. I don't know why in the world they didn't sign him. Yes.
Isn't there a health issue there?
Yeah, how healthy is he? That's my
well,
issue.
last year, he had a torn Achilles or some bad injury, but he has recovered from that. Bring him in during the bye week. Let's take a look at him. So I'd say yes.
Take a look at Ahmad Bradshaw. If he's healthy, then I have interest.
I don't want him. Ray Rice.
Woo, no. Sorry. It's too much trouble for the talent he's shown the last time he played football.
He's my one yes. He's 28 years old. He had one bad year outside of this last year where he wasn't on the field. He can catch the ball. He can catch the ball. He can catch the ball out of the backfield better than anybody else on this list. I would say give Ray Rice a chance.
No, he's not worth the
Whoa.
trouble. But the last year he did play, he wasn't
not very
effective
good.
doing anything. So no.
Trent Richardson.
He's been a failure. I'll take this.
Yeah.
No, Trent Richardson's been a failure
Yeah.
at 3 different places. And
It's unanimous.
I don't any part of it.
Yeah. Monte Ball, bring him back.
No. No.
Look terrible.
No.
I don't want him back.
I don't know that you can bring him back. I don't know the rule. When you cut a guy, don't you? He can't come back on your team for a while. I'd look into that before I'd consider it, but no.
right.
I'll say no.
LaMichael James, I'll go first. No, I don't even know where he is or what he's doing.
I liked him in college, but college has been a considerable number of years
About
ago
a
now.
decade ago, wasn't it?
I would bring him in, take a look at him.
Yeah.
He was in camps this year, a couple of them, and got cut.
Peyton Hillis.
I bring that up because someone, and I made up this list for people to know. I didn't make it up. I put it, composed it. Someone wrote me 2 days ago and said, Peyton Hillis, why don't I bring him back? And so I looked up Peyton Hillis. He is in Arkansas helping as a volunteer coach at a high school, and he had problems. After he had the great year here, then he had a great year in Cleveland. I bring it up because they're playing Cleveland. He had a year, and he was on the cover of VA Madden.
Yep.
And then he just went off the world. Everybody hated him that played with him. And there are all sorts of rumors about him and stuff. He's happily married with a kid. To answer that guy's question, no, Peyton Hillis.
Do you have the bell ready over there?
I do.
Okay, good, because you're going to need it. Before I would bring back Peyton Hillis as a running back, I would bring back another blast from the past as a running back,
Who's that?
Tim Tebow.
Oh, jeez.
But you're laughing because that's
To
what
play
you're
him at
gonna
running
do.
back?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I'm okay with that.
No, that's what I'm
I'm fine
saying.
with that.
I would give Tim Tebow, I'd call Tim up and say, hey, you want to play running back and you can play some fullback? I would do that before I bring
How
Peyton
about
Hillis
putting
back.
him-
And I'm
As long as
serious
it's not
about
a
it.
quarterback.
No,
We're
I'm
big
not
serious.
serious.
We're
You can
not
run
talk-
some
we're not talking
wildcat,
about
maybe.
quarterback. That's what I'm saying. Why not put him in? If you'd have had him in the goal line, the series you're talking about, those 2 plays have been dissected by somebody who is smart, nationally, who pays attention and ran it back 15 times. Those were the worst 2 plays in the world. C.J. Anderson ducked his head on the first one,
Right.
didn't go outside on the second one. He totally messed that up. Tebow would have found a way to score there.
But you said, hold on, you said that you wouldn't bring Ray Rice back in part because
Well,
it would
Ray
be
Rice-
too much of a circus. It wouldn't be too much of a circus if you
No,
brought Tim
no,
Tebow
no,
back?
That if you brought him back as a running back.
Now but see, I got to answer
Well, that's
that.
part of the equation
I didn't
here.
say it was a circus. I said because of what he did.
Okay.
That's not creating a circus here. It's I don't want him here. I don't care whether there's a circus. Where's the circus? I'm always hearing about circus.
With Tebow, you mean?
You go out to practice, right? You guys go out to practice. You get to watch a little bit of the practice. That's the end of it. There's no crowd there. There's not a bunch of people. How much of a circus is
Well,
that?
you know,
A
it
circus-
creates major distractions for the organization because the phones don't stop ringing, people don't stop
That's what
yelling
they-
in the media and the
See, you
fans,
sound-
and
you
they
sound-
spend a lot
you
of their
sound like-
day.
if you-
They spend a lot of their day dealing with
They
a
have
backup
people.
quarterback.
Have you
Questions
ever
about
gone,
a
have you ever gone in the lobby?
Of
They
course.
have like 3 women there answering phones. They have people like that. That is their job to answer phones. No, we don't have any tickets
If you
left.
brought 'em-
No, Ray Rice. I really, really like you, and you're a friend. You take.
I don't like the way he's prefacing
you take,
this.
That's right.
You take that.
Here it comes.
You take
You
that.
better duck.
That media kind of. It's there'd be a circus. There's a circus
It
with
wouldn't be
everybody.
a circus if they brought Tim Tebow back and
There was
played
a
him at
there
running
was
back.
a circus with Demarius Thomas. Are they over that?
It's a
circus
better
yet?
idea than
There was a
Trent
circus with
Richardson.
Demarius Thomas versus Tebow Mania? Come on, Wood.
Demarius Thomas didn't sign. I considered that a distraction. I considered it a circus.
A
I
distraction?
considered it,
Yeah, like this.
Well, but
the
there is-
Tebow circus is this. The distractions.
what's training camp? There
What
might
goes
be
on
a circus.
behind the scenes, the distractions are plentiful.
Oh God!
Plentiful.
All those
Back me
people
on
should
this, will
grow
ya?
up.
I think if you took him and said he's not a quarterback, you can only come in here as a running back, I think the distractions are gone.
Yeah, that wouldn't be much of a story, would it? The national media, the
Well,
international media wouldn't care
Oh,
about that,
and
would
we
it?
care about the we
As
care
long-
about
as
a
long
bunch
as
of
the people aren't
bloggers.
Fans wouldn't get involved
As long
at
as
all.
the people aren't calling and saying make Tebow the quarterback, then there's
Oh,
not-
yeah, that's right. Those sensible Tebow maniacs. As soon as Peyton Manning throws 2 more interceptions, they won't be calling up or
so
screaming and saying,
they're-
put him in quarterback now.
They're idiots because they're religious freaks. That's what people. Well, they are. They're religious freaks. Well,
I'm with
guess
you.
what? There are a lot of non-religious freaks that are calling, that are talk show hosts, non-religious freaks or whatever they are, saying put Brock Osweiler in. I think that's a bigger circus now than Tim Tebow coming in to run the Wildcat and run a 2-point conversion. My goodness alive.
I would argue against that all day long.
You must not hear from the same people I do, because the people writing me going, oh, you got to put Brock. You don't think they're freakos?
Can I,
Number 1, they're not as loud. Number 2,
Yeah,
they're
they
nowhere
are.
near as
They-
plentiful.
well,
nowhere near.
I'm going to start sending you all my emails, and you tell
Please
me
don't.
that that's worse.
No, please don't.
I'd rather have people who are Southern Baptists write that they love Tim Tebow than to have atheists write me and say put Brock Osweiler in.